Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of a new Trekkie. My 5-year mission to search out Star Trek media, to seek out our fans and merchandise, to boldly go where no fan has gone before.
Too many Tribbles. But although this is a golden book, and this is also the basis of one of the main episode that we'll be looking at today. Unfortunately, I think it'd be cute to actually talk about this, but I don't know how many people will want me to see me talk about a little golden book, Star Trek Too Many Tribbles. I just thought this would be cute to open it up with. But greetings and salutation, how is everyone doing? So today's episode that we'll be looking at, from the original season of Star Trek, is the episode, The Trouble with Tribbles. So in this episode, the Starship Enterprise visits a space station that soon becomes overwhelmed by rapidly reproducing small furry creatures called Tribbles. I'm gonna be honest, besides having noticed that, seen that book, and also my first introduction to them was in a place you probably thought, like, wait, really? Was actually from like an episode of the Death Battle cast show, where they had, like, say, Twain asking the pop culture questions and trying to figure out what that image was. So yeah, this is my first time actually watching this episode, and I gotta say, this episode is really rather fun. I mean, it's cute, it's funny.
This is my chicken sandwich and coffee. I want these things off the ship. I don't care if it takes every man we've got. I want them off the ship.
And I gotta say, if Paramount and CBS has not made any stuffed Tribble figures, I'm surprised they haven't yet, because this would blow up more. These little guys will blow up more than Furbies. Remember those?
Congratulations! It's a little baby. Furby baby. Whoopee!
I gotta say, that actually, I think this episode is really entertaining. I think the episode starts with, like, say, let's say her, like, say, like, oh, look at this little guy, and basically she takes one of them to the ship, and then they start multiplying by, like, rabbits, and eventually the ship goes overwhelmed by them, and over the course of the episode, they just are everywhere. And I gotta say, like, one of the subplots of this episode is, like, say, Scotty and Chekhov, they are on, like, say, a space station, and they get into an argument with a group of Klingons. They, like, say, how dare you bad mouth our captain, and how dare you call our ship a garbage disposal, a garbage truck. And they get into a big old brawl. I do gotta say that that little sequence is kind of funny. There's also there's also a character who basically just say, Kirk, you are a scoundrel and a dictator, because, like, say, you're not listening to me, you're doing whatever the heck you want to do, and I don't like that. And what happens is, like, say, they're trying to, like, get this grain, and, like, say, this grain is very important, mind you, it is very important, But the Tribbles eat all of the grain, and eventually that's what causes them to multiply. I don't know. I cannot like verify this, but I have a theory. Like you sit your butts down. You might be ready for this. Whether the Tribbles inspired the Gremlins, but
You're kidding. Dad, it's really neat. Where did you get this?
then again, the Gremlins were already a thing. But what if this episode of Trek influenced them, and that, like, say, well, we know that Tribbles, whenever they eat, they will also multiply because they didn't really have sex with others. They just multiply. They're bisexual, apparently. So basically, maybe that could have been a factor. Like, maybe the creators of Gremlins were like, oh, remember an episode of, like, what if we take the idea of, like, say, Gremlins, and also, like, say, the cute little fuzzy things from Star Trek, but what if they walked around? I gotta say, like, whenever they had, like, say, moments in an episode where the Tribbles are just, like, walking, I think it's kind of cute, and I think, like, say, it was either a very tiny dog, or it could have been, like, a little tiny, like a remote-controlled car that had, like, say, fuzz over top of it. And that's the one, like, say, how do Tribbles see where they're going exactly? They don't have eyes. It's just, like, say, like, a lot of fluff. But I will say, it was probably the, like, easiest, like, say, creature design they had to make for the original season of Trek, and they say, can you make it, like, a bunch of fuzzy things, and we'll just say it's a creature? I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be offensive when I said it, but yeah, I feel like that's what they did with the crew. Like, Gene Roddenberry said, like, say, okay, I have this idea for a creature, it's called a Tribble. And, basically they multiply. And then the, production, I said, like,
Jim, I think I've got it. All we have to do is stop feeding them. Once we stop feeding them, they stop breeding.
I got you, fam. And then they came up with that. I mean, overall, I gotta say this episode can be quite entertaining. It's funny. It's just also, like, say, the effects. It's really good. Apparently would end up also appearing in an episode of Deep Space Nine, where I think it's like Tribbles and Tribble Nation or something like that, where they, like, use, like, they inserted the crew from Deep Space Nine into an episode of this the original series, and I think it's this one. Don't hold me on that. I could totally be wrong with that. But overall, I gotta say this episode's pretty entertaining. What do you guys think of the Trouble with Tribbles? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Put your thoughts in the comments down below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Tell others. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time. See you later.